Good evening, everybody, and welcome back to the fourth day of the 2020 Empowerment Countdown. And today we're talking about finding love in your life. I'm once again Daniel with Off Grid Permaculture, and my contribution to this discussion will be talking about how you can find love by finding your life's purpose. When I think about finding a soulmate and about finding a real deep connection with somebody, um, my first reaction is that if you're gonna have somebody in your life that's 100% truthful with you and 100% um, like down for your own life's journey, you have to be 100% truthful with them and with yourself. And if you can't present the innermost of your being out to the world, you probably are going to have a very difficult time finding somebody who's able to love you for who you really are, because you're not showing who you really are. So in that vein, I'm going to discuss ways that we can go about living up to our fullest potential and attracting a soulmate who is worth um, a soulmate who meets all of our needs because we're presenting ourselves to the world exactly as we truly are. So I've got three main topics, and one of which is finding something, or three main methods, and one of which is finding something to live for. Um, if you don't have a life purpose unless you have a reason to live. And the big mistake that people often make when doing this is they don't dream big enough. Their dreams are too safe. They're constrained with what they think is reasonable or possible. And they don't really take the time to delve deep into their own psyche and figure out, what they really want. A lot of what we think of our personality is layers from society and our friends and family around us that were put on us over time when we were children and as we grew into adults. And there's a lot to work out. So just throw out the seeds and let what is good come up and what isn't good wither away. Secondly, focus on what really brings you value and what's actually important. There's so much out there that it wastes our time and wastes our efforts and wastes our money that doesn't get us to where we want to go. So I've talked a lot about this in previous days, so check those out if you're interested. They're all online. But for now, I'm just going to say let's take action and get something done. And when it comes about life's purpose, let the money come. Like, if you put money first on the hierarchy of what you're looking for in a successful life, that's going to be a major detriment to actually getting it, because money comes when you're producing value for other people, value that's delivered to them. But if you focus on getting money, you're putting the cart before the horse, right? But instead focus on what you're really good at, what you're passionate about, and focus on things that money can't buy, then that at that point you're such a strong attractive force in life, and you're so attractive to everyone else around you that you're going to be bringing in the money as necessary. And lastly, in this section, make sure just to constantly get better and seek help. We all start far less than what we truly can be, and it's only through daily effort and work and going to presentations like this and taking courses and putting effort in your daily life that you're able to get to where you want to be. Method 2 is to give something away. So why are we giving of ourselves as a means of achieving our life's purpose? Well, it's rooted down in our deep psychology. And there's research that shows that dog owners are more likely to give their pets their medication, all of it, on time as the doctor prescribed or the veterinarian prescribed, than they would give it to themselves. People care about other animals, other people, more than they care about themselves. And so by turning the premise of our life's purpose into, instead of doing this for us, but doing it for everyone else, that's a huge psychological boost for us to actually get something done, because other people give us strength. Right? Also, take time to root out your special talents and interests and what makes you different from everybody else and what sets you apart, and glorify that. Be happy about the special gifts that you have been given and turn those into your own unique strengths and to the keystone of your life's vision. Um, thirdly, the section, do something that you're proud of. Right? You should be really happy at the end of the day to share what you've done, or the end of the month, or whatever the relative time frame is, to share what you've done with other people and allow their gratitude to come back to you in the form of proper reimbursement. Right? So don't let other people define what is a success in your life. Let you define it, and it should be a deep felt emotion that when you get what you've been working for, that's a success to you because you can feel it inside of yourself. And finally, make the world a better place. Like, you should feel like at the end of your life that you have made the people around you, the world around you, the environment, um, far superior than when you came in. Right? It's not enough just to not pollute too much or not take too much. It's not enough to do a little bit. Right? We need to do a lot so that our legacy is truly of bettering the planet that we were on, and that is a drive. That is a life's purpose. The third method is to reconnect to nature. Reconnecting to nature is absolutely fundamental to our sense of self and as human beings. I mean, we all evolved in nature, and we find ourselves in this really unique, once potentially, not once a lifetime, but for the first time in this planet's history, potentially, we find ourselves in a place where we as human beings can remain almost entirely disconnected from nature our entire lives if we wanted to. But there's a huge potential for losing out on the self in that way. So first one is to spend time out of doors and just being away from the electromagnetic, rays around us, which have been shown to not only affect sleep but affect our psychology and our mood. Just getting rid of the cell phones for a while allows you to be um, much more calm and have a grounded perspective on your life that you can not get being inside of a city or being inside of a home, even in a park, right? You need some time away from all that noise, the subconscious feeling of everyone around you, and from the electromagnetic interference. And so I love this quote by Rumi: "The universe and the light of the stars come through me." So there is a state of being where you're able to feel your place in the universe. Um, and it's been talked about through the ages by poets and spiritual people. And I don't think that it's worth it to completely ignore that, right? It behooves us to take the time to actually feel that and develop that instinct. It's just the fuller rounding out of our life's experience. And it's hard to say for me that you've really embodied your ultimate life's purpose if you leave this chunk out. So I can't say what this exactly means for you because it's different for everybody. But I've personally found it by spending time in nature, and so that's why I highly recommend that practice. And lastly, work with your hands, right? Developing skills um, increases your personal value to your loved ones and to potential romantic partners. There's a deep psychological feeling that people have when they're looking for a mate, that people with tangible skills that are able to do things with their hands and be productive are just more valuable mates. Plus, it's fun. It's an interesting thing to do, and it does make you, if you choose the right skills, if you choose skills that are potentially helpful, it gives you more and more avenue to express your individuality and who you are as a person. So the end goal of all of this is to turn your reflection into the person that your soulmate deserves. So thanks for watching this evening. I've been Daniel with Off Grid Permaculture, and I'll pass you on to our next speaker.